Hotep senu hena senut. E.T. Ren Ishakan Dugu Kemet. Hope you're doing well. As the title says, you can see Français, that's French, in French, and English. Medu nTr lessons. The French speakers have an opportunity with a new time slot. And as a matter of fact, I will just kick it in French. And if anybody wants to jump in, whatever language they want to use, and they can feel free. I'm going to see if I speak it. Okay? And first, let me check the sound, by the way. How's the sound? Okay. That's the ad. How's the sound now? Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. How's the sound now? Sound is lovely. So, donc comme je disais, pour les francophones, pour ceux qui veulent apprendre les Medu nTr, ceux qui veulent apprendre la langue hiéroglyphique, il y a une nouvelle tranche horaire de disponible. C'est donc le jeudi à 21h. Pour s'inscrire, c'est très simple. Vous avez de toute façon les liens dans la description de cette vidéo. Vous pouvez utiliser PayPal, c'est 10 € par cours. Le cours dure 1 heure minimum. Et ensuite, envoyez-moi votre adresse mail. Ou plutôt, envoyez-moi un mail. Alors, l'adresse, vous ne l'avez pas, je pense, dans la description. Donc, je vais la mettre dans le chat. Mieux vaut copier l'adresse et la gauler. B-O-S-S-S-T-Y. Pardon. BOSSSTYLY x@msn.com. Mieux vaut copier et coller l'adresse. Comme ça, vous ne ferez pas d'erreur. Elle est atypique. Et après, ça commence. Alors, par contre, ça ne commence pas ce jeudi-là. Ça ne commence pas ce jeudi-là. Ça commencera jeudi prochain. Donc, il me semble que c'est le 24. C'est bien ça. D'ailleurs, il faut que je précise. Il faut que je précise ça. J'ai précisé ça. Voilà, c'est précisé. Donc, il y a plus d'une semaine. Et on va voir ce que ça donne. Si les francophones ne profitent pas de cette tranche horaire, ben, les anglophones en profiteront. J'ai quelques francophones qui m'ont envoyé des messages Donc, on va voir ce que ça donne. On va voir si en France, et même dans le milieu francophone, c'est pas qu'en France, hein, de toute façon, je serais très content d'avoir des gens en Afrique francophone, dans les Caraïbes, et même au Canada, et partout ailleurs où il se trouve qu'il y a des francophones. On va voir si les francophones ont passé le stade de la fiction digne de Star Wars. Ça a été documenté pendant beaucoup d'années. On a des gens qui racontent n'importe quoi et ils sont heureux. Ils sont heureux qu'on leur raconte n'importe quoi. Donc voilà. Maintenant, entre-temps, si vous avez des questions sur les Medunetières, n'hésitez pas. So, brothers and sisters, I told them the deal. For the French speakers, there is a time slot. It will not start this Thursday, but the following one, which will be March 24th. And for the English speakers, we have that time slot of Friday, this coming Friday, and it's 11 p.m. EST, New York time. So take advantage. There was that person that made the payment for the class. If you hear me, make sure you email me. I need your email in order to send the link for the class. And Brother Ross, maybe you change your mind or you're too busy, but if by any chance you are available on Friday, 11 p.m. EST, you've already made the payment, so you're good to go. Just email me. Let me know that you want to be down, and I send the link to you as well. I would love to see you there. There's a few topics that I thought about, but it might make some people feel some kind of way. Over time, I've realized that when you make criticism, sometimes you fail to realize that the people who are listening to you are doing the same thing that you are criticizing. And they will not bring it up to you, they will not let you know, but they will feel some kind of way. Over the years, I've talked about lames, I've talked about suckers and liars and all that. And there's a few people who get down this way. I have a good memory. I've not forgotten that a while back, the same people who talking that black talk today, same people who talking that black power today, they're the one who allowed people to disrespect Africans. They're the ones who allowed people to disrespect black brothers and sisters on their own platform. It was pitiful. So we've had a few examples in terms of character of individuals that are strange. I would be very happy to communicate on a constant basis with people that maintain, people who will not follow a trend just because there's so many people in that trend. You understand what I'm saying? Some people are guttural, some people are impressionable. They only want to follow something because it's popping. So we have so many examples of people bringing up so-called cultures that we don't have any relations with besides the relation of oppressor and oppressed. For example, slavery. And I would say the jig is up, but I have to be realistic. The majority of our people is still into those Abrahamic belief system, and they simply try to claim that we are descendants of those patriarchs and those individuals that make up their literature. They are religious literature, a belief system. Believing is not knowing, so it's something that they don't know about, something that they believe. You see? And as usual, you have so many so-called comedic platforms. You can just have a glance and you will see that what they talk about all day, every day is those Abrahamic belief system. One day they will have some people telling you that it's not our culture. We don't descend from that. The stories are fake, fictional, folklore. And the next day they have someone, quote unquote, breaking down how we belong into those belief systems. You feel me? You can just have a look. And as usual, we have so many so-called Kemetic people who couldn't read three glyphs. Even the glyph for Hotep, which is the word that they pronounce the most, they will not be able to recognize it. Whether it's with the hieroglyphic transcript or on a stela, on a original artifact. As a matter of fact, that just reminded me to go through some of the videos that I have uploaded so we can see what chronology is all about. We can see what time period we are dealing with in terms of chronology. And it's good because there's so many things I don't write. So sometimes I forget a few. I will share that one. Did I show the artifact there? Because there's a few artifacts that I've filmed. I did not show the reference because it's really so that the new learners can practice. And this one is good. You will see some artifacts. So bear with me. Okay, let's have a look. Let me share it. There it is. There it is. And here we're going to do this. Now let's go. Louvre Museum, Paris, France. Now you see all this? Some of this is about 1500 BC. Would you even believe it? And this one here is a folding stool. A folding stool. And look at the date. See that? 1300 BC. Any other reference at the bottom right corner? When you see all these things, like this basket there, right there, look at the date. Between 1500 and 1000 BC, which means that it's at least 3000 years old. A folding stool that's 3000 years old. Some of the things you see here, you won't even believe that it will be thousands of years old. Same for those boxes here, and particularly this chair here. You see this chair? Look at the depth. Between 1500 and 1100 BC. So this is at least 3000 years old when you have the reference at the bottom. You see how refined it is? This one here, you might come into a house and see that. You might think, I don't know, it's 50 years old, 100 years old. This is at least 3000 years old. You see this one here? So we have all those people making this breakdown, you know, talking about we have evidence for this and that, we have records for this and that. This was just furniture, chairs, boxes, 1000 BC. But some people will tell you that they have holy writings. Those holy writings did not pass the test of time. How is it that mere furnitures dating 1000 BC, 1000 BC is still there, intact, in good conditions. But their divine scriptures did not survive. I find it strange. But anyway, some will say, well, that's just furnitures. What's the relevance in that? Okay, I want to see if the date is showing there is very important. You will see some dates. You will see some writings with some dates.
Marketeurs
It's going to be
digitaux,
serious.
inondés par un océan de
Oh,
canaux
yes.
publicitaires, il est temps d'essayer les publicités nationales.
Louvre Museum, Paris, France. Now, to my dear new learners, I don't want the people who've been learning for a while to feel
Next
any time.
one. Well, this one has a very serious date there. This one has a very serious date.
Greetings, Louvre Museum, Paris, France. I forgot how old this artifact is, but to all the people who took classes, that will bring some nostalgia. Now, let's look at the reference here. It tells us that it's around 1350 BC. All right. So this is 4,300 years old, beginning of the sixth dynasty. Okay. It comes from the tomb of someone called Mechechi. Now check this out. Does that ring a bell to you? At the end of the first class,
Now, you've seen it. This is from the Louvre Museum. I did not date that one. I did not date this artifact.
we go through a short sentence. Sa, F, Mary, F.
We have the name written. We have name, dates, and places. 2300 BC. How is it that their scripture, their scriptures, their holy scriptures, their divine scriptures, what they claim to be the word of God, did not pass the test of time? Isn't that amazing? Now, if you don't mind, go ahead and ask them, where are the records for your patriarchs? Just ask them, where are the records for your patriarchs? All of you talking about this text and that text, I'm quoting from that book and this book. Where are the documents? Where are the originals? How old are the oldest copies? What language is it? Where is it? Can I see it? Can I see a video? Can I see some footage? Can I see a picture? That's problematic now. Now, some might say, well, that guy is just showing, the exception. It's probably the only thing that's 2000 BC. Well, actually, it is far from being the only thing that's dated 2000 BC. There it is. I've passed it. I will skip the ad, and there it is. It's on now. Look at this.
Greetings, Tech Museum in Denmark's capital of Copenhagen.
Denmark.
You can have an example of the Dapan Egyptians that they normally don't show you. And as I said before, most of the time, the older the artifacts and the darker the individuals
See
look.
their hue?
And we're talking about Kemet.
You see the skin tone?
First, I will show the reference.
They don't look like Canaanites.
So, 1 second. There it is. Peking, brewing, and buttressing from the tomb of Wajet Hotep at Sedment is made of wood during the 7th and 11th dynasty, circa 2150 to 2050 BC. This is 4,000 years old. Roughly
4,000 years old.
1571.
4,000 years old.
And the lighting is
2000
very
BC.
low. I'm not an expert at preservation of artifacts, but I presume it is to make sure that the artifacts will last. Okay. Nevertheless, we can still see that the coloring has faded away.
You see that? There's another one. Oh, there it is. There it is. 2000 BC. 2000 BCE.
Greetings. Glyptotek Museum in Denmark's capital of Copenhagen. The artifact is quite large, so we'll go through a few of the glyphs, but first I will show you the reference. This is still of the General nTr, circa 2050 BC, reference 960. The glyphs are quite large, as you can see. Now, I will probably go. Well, first of all, that's his name here, nTr. Okay. You can see some food offering, food stuff, the lotus flower in front of him. Now, what some people are trying to claim is the fraud that plagiarized holiday 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it's not 7. So we have Hotep di Nesu, Usir, Neb, Jedu, and so on. So it's the usual formula. And because I have so much to say, I will not go through all the glyphs. I'm just showing them to you. And if you want, you can pause and practice and see which words or which glyphs you recognize. And once again, the name nTr is written here. And here we have the name of a very famous city. This is the biliteral that stands for two phonetic value. This is the leg, so you should know the phonetic value. And finally, the here, which is a biliteral. It ends with Jew. And we have the newt that denotes a place.
Passer sans faire
We have inspired one in the place to be. If you want to get on the panel, feel free. I've shared the invite link. So, brothers and sisters, by the way, for those who are already taking the classes, make sure that you subscribe to the channel because I am uploading a video so you can practice. I'll go through some vocabulary that we have seen together. No problem, Inspire One. It's just a proposition. And so, yes, you will end up seeing the vocabulary on different type of a different artifact. You see? And we have seen several things. That's over 2000 BC. But what about these divine scriptures? That's one of the reasons why they hate on Kemet. And I told you that back in 2008/2009 when I went to the British Museum and showed you the different dating for the artifacts from Kemet. We have some people who are associating themselves, and their purpose is to deter you from Kemet. They want you to be an Abrahamic apologist. That's what they want you to be. Because in their eyes, the Abrahamic literature has more worth than the writing of black Africans. In their mind, the literature that Europeans wrote, white Asiatics wrote, I shouldn't even say white Asiatics, I should just say Asiatics period, but we have some people who talk about black Asiatic or Asiatic black men. They feel like those writings written by Easterners and Westerners, non-African, non-blacks, have more worth, more value. That's how they feel. They have a great disregard for anything that comes from Africa, even though some of them claim West Africa. Now we have brothers who became geneticists. They can break down the DNA. You know, we have brothers who became linguists overnight, fraudulently claiming to be linguists. We even have brothers who will tell you about medicine and health. They will put doctor on their name as a title. And now we have some specialists of religion now who don't show you any artifact whatsoever. They don't show you any records whatsoever. They cannot deal with the languages of the population or geographic location that they are addressing. And on the other hand, we have some people who are right about everything and everybody else is wrong. So many PhDs are wrong just because they said so. And if you dare quoting an expert or specialist that has done the work and earned that title, that degree, they will tell you that you are appealing to authority. The same people who will quote people when it suits them, that's not appealing to authority. But if you refute them by quoting a specialist, they will tell you that's appealing to authority. So to each his own. To each his own. And that has been going on for quite a long time. And when there's some straight up anti-black, anti-African teaching or rhetoric, we don't have many people who stand up to the who stand up. We don't have that many. So it's a reality. And every now and then you hear me talking about the future generation, they will be able to witness that because all of this is documented. I could say names, but I'm trying to be diplomatic. But I've addressed so many people a long time ago. That Moorish guy, for example, he's on tape saying that he hates Africa. Literally, he's saying that. He says, I hate, he says it on tape. I've shared that. I mean, a while back, the sentiment was, it was more bold. It was bolder the way it was expressed. But they still share this sentiment. They still feel like it, but they know it's not a good look to express it the way they used to. So for some, they try to deter you from Kemet because they are into the Bible heavy. They are heavily in the Bible. I've heard someone. Sometimes I scroll through videos, just to listen to a few seconds, maybe a few minutes, and I happen to stumble upon a video, and it's about the Bible, talking about Jesus. So it's a passage where did or said something. So he did something that any human being can do, and the guy says, "Okay, that Jesus there, is it the supernatural Jesus or is it the human Jesus?" In his logic, because we have a description of Jesus doing something humane, something that any individuals can do, then it is documenting the historical Jesus. That's the best we can do. That's what's hot in the street now. So if I put up some comic books and talk about Bruce Wayne then I'll be justifying saying, well, this is talking about the historical Bruce Wayne. Well, he doesn't have any superpower, so let's deal with Peter Parker. Would it make sense for anyone to argue the historicity of Peter Parker or Superman? I'm sorry, Spider-Man. Would it make sense for anybody to argue the historicity of Spider-Man? Because we have description of Peter Parker doing normal things, you know? And I remember someone saying, well, these guys, they use Kemet writings to justify Kemet, but they don't want to use, Jesus writing. They don't want to use the Bible writing. You see, that's hypocrisy. That's double standard. So we have some people who allegedly will break down these religious matters, and they will quote the Bible in order to deal with history. That's what's hot in the street now. That's what's popping in the hood now. It feels like we're going back 20. We're going 20 years backwards. Oh, now what's being done also? They can use someone that we revere, someone that we really appreciate, and they will say, "Oh, he was a Christian, or he was a Muslim," but doesn't have to do with anything. It's as if some people have a very simple goal of emulating the life of some people who have transited. If they wore a pink thong, would you wear a pink thong? I've heard people say, "Well, Marcus Garvey was a Christian." So you're going to become a Christian because somebody else was a Christian? So there's not only Marcus Garvey, but there's other people that they try to, and I'm sure some revelations will be made. I'm sure some revelations will be made. But what's popping now? It's like it's the rebirth of the Abrahamic, and I don't know if I should call them Christians or Jesuits, but we have some people amongst the so-called conscious community who are here trying to validate this Abrahamic literature, particularly the Bible, Christianity. And for many years, we didn't really have Christians, engaging in the discussion with Black people. We mainly had Hebrew Israelites and Black Muslims, and then African centers / Pan-Africans, and we had of course Kemetic people, and we have Moorish people. For all those years, we did not hear the Christians. Now we have Asiatic Lion in the place to be, and Inspired One wrote a lot of people are trying to interpret John Henry Clark to fit an agenda. An agenda, yes, an agenda. All of a sudden, we have all those Christians now who want to be down, and even some people that I was once associated with, who talked about, we were conquered by religion. At one point, they started talking about the Bible is our story. I cannot deal with the fence riding. You cannot be all over the place. A Christian will be a Christian. Now, non-Orthodox Muslim, they will tell you, "Oh, I'm not a Muslim, but I believe in the Quran. I follow the Quran. But I'm not religious," which is laughable to me. But look at this. Asiatic Lion wrote, "Did Dr. Ben have an agenda when he wrote With the Black Jew?" Dr. Ben was born in a Jewish family. And Dr. Ben said publicly on tape, on video, I quote, "I used to be a Jew until I knew better." That should settle the matter. Dr. Ben was born in a Jewish family. Dr. Ben did not become Jewish because he heard some people talking about we are descendants from the tribe of whatever it is, the 12 tribe chart. Dr. Ben did not become a Jew because he figured out that we fit the description of Deuteronomy or whatever biblical book that apparently is a prophecy for black people. Do the specialists say that? All the scholars that they quote when they debate or when they make presentation or when they make arguments. And you see, sometimes, I'm going to start wondering if maybe you're just not really on a mission to also deter our people from the facts. You don't have a problem with people teaching the Africans how to live in the jungle life. You don't have a problem with that. You don't have a problem with Scientology. You don't have a problem with people saying that we can cure AIDS with milk. You don't have a problem with people saying that our phenotype is the essence of ugliness. But now you're in here talking about no, not what he says in his text. We the black Jews, the book predate Dr. Ben saying that he used to be a Jew until he knew better. Many people Elijah Muhammad said he used to be a Mason, and he used to be and we have it on tape also. We can hear his voice. And this is probably on one of his book. I don't know if it's a theology of time or, but he wrote that. So am I going to run around and say, Elijah Muhammad is a Mason, he's been a Mason until he died? Would that make sense? Would someone accept it? Why don't you give the same respect to Dr. Ben? But it's all good, to each his own. To each his own. And then there we go. Dr. Ben was born a Jew according to his word. According to his word, yes, and according to his words, he stated, and you know what? I've been mild. Not only Dr. Ben said that he used to be a Jew until he knew better. I'm glad. Since you want to go there. I might not have the audio right here, but I've shared it many times before. Dr. Ben said, don't go to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. He said that. So you want to follow Dr. Ben or quote Dr. Ben, quote him all the way. He really made an emphasis about how black people should not engage themselves in the Abrahamic belief system. Not only he said don't go to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, he made an analogy talking about we want to go taking the vomit. And he said, that's what he said. That's what he said. And now that you said that, I think that later on, I might look for it. So people can hear it. So thank you, Asiatic Lion. You inspired me to share something very important. Now, Claudia Barton wrote, he sure did, Shaka. Unfortunately, Dr. Ben left his works with Farrakhan. What a shame. I heard that he left his library to the Nation of Islam, but hey, it's his choice. He probably, now I don't know if he did that because I heard that he did not ultimately left his library to the NY. He announced that he will do so, but he didn't. And by the way, John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben criticized Farrakhan for his speech. And for those who don't know about the essence of ugliness, about black people being disfigured and cursed, let's put some context. It's only 3 minutes long. Boom.
So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair. Because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you're so busy frying it. That's why you're so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that the kink I mean, you know, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kinks. Because most of your family of other black people on the earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black. But they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight.
Yes, sir.
Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Asiatic Lion, thank you once again. Guess what? I did a search on YouTube and guess what I found? Guess what I found? Let's listen to Dr. Ben. Now, here, look at the date. Where's the date? I saw the date earlier. Well, anyway, here you see the comment there 8 years ago. It was uploaded in 2012. I don't know why I don't see the date anymore. Okay. So,
and for those of you who call yourself black Jews, for those of you who are glad because you're African Jews, because you're the first Jews, you ain't shit. And I've been in that thing. Don't tell me about it. I didn't come through the back roads. I was born in it, from parents who were born in it. But it's a copy and a cop-out of the African religions, and not even religion, worship along the Nile. Go and get something new that you do, and then tell me it's something unique. That go for you Christians and Muslims and everything else who take the same slave master, whether it be an Arab slave master or a European slave master, it don't make a goddamn difference. This time you get your own religion. Go back to the old-time religion along the Nile. It's about time that we deal with each other straight up. It's time that the jiving stops. If you say that you're African, why go? You know, if you got pea soup on the table, eat it. Don't eat the vomit. Don't eat the soup after somebody done ate it before and then vomit it. Don't go to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. That's the vomit. When you could go to the religion down the Nile. But you don't like that. You're mad with me right now. And you're talking about the original religion and the original language. And Adam and Eve. And people are dying out here. People are fighting for their life to support their children. And all you thinking about getting on your knees, begging the Lord to do something. Talk to the Lord if you want. Any one of the Lords. Make sure you got some, for every Lord, you see, you got a goddess. You want me to take the little story for little kids, Adam and Eve, and treat it as if they're two people rather than a moral story. And that's why. Did you own you? Because you got to go to Bethlehem. You got to go to Jerusalem. You got to go to Mecca. There's one time, you know, the people in Mecca used to watch Jerusalem. It's only when they ever realized the amount of money in this thing that he said, watch to the east, Mecca. What happens if I'm in China and I look to the east? I don't see Mecca. That's behind my back. You dummy.
Are you done messed up now, brother Asiatic Lion? See, brothers and sisters, when I say I'm being diplomatic, as some of you might have missed the beginning, he did not only say don't go to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and he did not only make the analogy about the vomit, stating that's the vomit. He started talking about this Hebrew stuff, and he says, for those who are happy to be Jews, Hebrews, and all that, and he says, you ain't, you know what? The S bomb, the S word. I'm being way more diplomatic. But now we have some people now who want to tell us, oh, he wrote with the black Jews. And he made those statements way after he wrote the book. And the funny thing here that I read, check this out. This is what listen to this. Asiatic Lion writes, it's too late, brother. He already wrote the text, hundreds of pages with the black Jew. So apparently it's too late because Dr. Ben wrote his book with the black Jews. That doesn't even make sense. Should I say, oh, it's too late? Elijah Muhammad said that he used to be a Mason. That just don't make sense. I mean, it's borderline trolling. Now, what you've heard from Dr. Ben, boom, is shared, it's in the chat. So make sure you save this video because some people might go and have that video deleted. You've seen the URL. You've seen the address, the website address. Guess which website it is? Because I uploaded that video years ago. 2012, that's the time when that individual that I don't know uploaded the video. You know, 2012, 10 years ago. And that wasn't my first YouTube account. Do you know who made me lose 2 accounts with thousands of subscribers with him? One with 3,000 subscribers and another one with 2,000 subscribers. Do you know who did that? Members of the so-called conscious community did that. You know what I'm saying? So some people might try to have that video deleted, and then they will go and say, oh, but you know, he wrote with the black Jews, and you know, that's where he directed us to. You know? So for all the Christian apologists, you know, I don't know if they mentioned Dr. Ben, but they might have mentioned him. They might have said John Henry Clark was a Christian, Dr. Ben was a Hebrew. You can play that. You can play that to them. Okay, so that being said, Claudia Barton is asking, Claudia, by the way, if you don't know, and to anybody else, because I catch you, every now and then, you don't all have the same availabilities. When I'm live streaming, it's not scheduled. There will be a group Bendu Nature class, and it's going to be on Fridays. It will start this Friday at 4 p.m. I'm sorry, 11 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. New York time. And I would love to see as many as you, as many as possible. So it's very simple to register. You can just make the payment via PayPal, preferably, or by Cash App, and you have the addresses in the description of this video. And then make sure you email me, okay? BOSSSTYLYX@msn.com, and I will type it so there's no typo, there's no mistake. It's better to copy and paste it. All right. Make sure you email me so that I can send the link for the Mother Nature class. Now, Claudia Barton is asking me if I have seen Marcus Garvey Jr.'s lecture regarding the Arab slave trade. I have watched it. I think I did not watch the Q&A. Because if I remember correctly, at the end of the lecture, there's some time for questions and answers. So I think I did not go through that part. But the video is available on YouTube. I've seen it on YouTube. And I think it was like close to 3 hours long, something like that. No. So as I play the video of Dr. Ben, Claudia Barton wrote receipts. Bill Gates wrote, yo. And okay, the DNA stuff, I will, Inspire One's clapping. I'm gonna, I don't know how you became a specialist of DNA. Okay, genetic again, all these things. Now, apparently, I'm running from the truth. But the video of Farrakhan saying that we are marked, we are disfigured, that our phenotype, our physical appearance is the essence of ugliness. This is how Asiatic Lion describes it: divine revelation. So us being marked and disfigured, that's divine revelation. And I'm the one running from the truth. Future generation. We are in March 2022. And just for the record, you have grown men and grown women who describe anti-Black and anti-African teaching as divine revelation. They also call it supreme wisdom. If you wonder why we are in the condition that we are in right now, that's for future generation. So Claudia wrote, I have most lectures saved on hard drive, Shaka, if you need. That's good. That's good. No, brother Asiatic Lion. I never implied that it was you. No. I wanted to make that clear. It wasn't Asiatic Lion that had anything to do with my channel, and that's years back. No, it's not him. It's a team. It's a team, and there it is. Now we have Agar King. Okay, I don't know what he meant to write there. Okay, so feel free with the comments and questions. I have a little bit of time before I go back to work, because indeed I work full time. I don't receive millions of dollars from foreign countries like many of your organizations that I will not name, but it's documented. Oh. The Garden of Aten. Okay. So, brothers and sisters, remember, and if there are some French speakers, let me tell them, pour les francophones qui veulent apprendre les hiéroglyphes ou les médounétaires, je donnerai des cours les jeudis à 21h. Ça commence pas ce jeudi-là, mais le jeudi prochain, donc il y a plus d'une semaine pour se préparer. Et c'est 10 € pour un cours d'1 heure minimum. Donc, pour s'inscrire, c'est très simple. Il suffit d'envoyer les 10 euros via PayPal. Vous avez l'adresse ici, paypal.me/mathforever, mais n'essayez pas de recopier, vous risquez de faire une erreur. Vous pouvez simplement cliquer sur le lien qui est dans la description de la vidéo, non seulement cette vidéo, mais la plupart des vidéos, et ensuite envoyer un mail. J'ai déjà mis le mail et je l'écris une fois de plus. Comme ça, il n'y a pas d'erreur. Copier et coller, c'est mieux. Voilà, vous avez le mail. Comme ça, je pourrais vous envoyer le lien pour le cours de nTr. Okay? So, brothers and sisters, I've shared the email address for those who want to learn the nTr. We have this group class coming up this Friday. That's for the English speakers. For the French speakers, it's going to be on Thursday at 9 p.m. Paris time. But for the English speakers, it is 11 p.m. EST. That's New York time, 11 p.m. And that's going to be this Friday, March 18. All right. So come and let's learn. Or else you want to be running around and teaching your children, that we are marked and disfigured. You have the right to do that. Many other people do that. If you're looking for validation, you have hundreds of people who are good. They are happy with those teachings. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to, deal with factual stuff and deal with an ancient language that was there before the Hebrew, before the Arabic, before the Greek, before the Latin, before French, before English, before Spanish, before German, well, we can learn together. We can learn together. And if you want to join for the classes, you might as well just join now, so I can send the link and it's done. And once again, for the sister that has sent the money for the class via Cash App, I hope that you will come across this message that I'm sharing on a regular basis. You need to email me. I don't have your email. And by the way, now that you're here, brothers and sisters, out of curiosity, yeah, no problem, Asiatic Lion. I wanted to make that clear. I was never implying that you had anything to do with my accounts. I want that to make that clear. It's like I was just talking about it. I was, but anyway, I cleared that up. What was I about to say? I lost my thought now, but it will surely come back. I was talking about oh yes, out of curiosity, brothers, if you receive some money via Cash App, do you know the email address of the person, or do you just know his Cash App username? I would like to know. Asiatic Lion, it's nothing against you, but I'm not really interested in dealing with the so-called Akhenaten being Asiatic. I mean, you even said that Amenhotep III was Asiatic, and I'm like, I'm a pass on that. All this Asiatic stuff, I'm a pass on that. I'm a pass on that. Honestly, the specialists, the scholars, the PhD, they don't say that Arabs of the 7th century and Canaanites were black. They don't say that. So and plus we have depictions of them. God King, where are you located, if you don't mind me asking? Are you interested in learning the nTr? Who's interested in learning the nTr? Who's interested in learning the nTr? You had the flavor of the Asiatic teaching. The Africans are marked. The black people are disfigured. The black people are marked. The essence of ugliness, you heard it. Africa was called the jungles of East Asia. You can't get down with that Asiatic stuff, But I want to deal with that black African stuff, the culture, the tradition, this ancient language of the nTr that we can find on walls, and like I have demonstrated, we have artifacts that are dated 2000 BC. You know what I'm saying? 2000 BC, yes. Sometimes even older than that. So back from the time of Narmer, 3000 BC, we have nTr. Even before Narmer, we have nTr. But at least from the time of Naaman, 3000 BC until now, 5,000 years later, we'll still have the Medu Neter. We still have the Medu Neter. And we can carry on this tradition for our seed, for our offspring, and they can carry it on. Or we can listen to the Abrahamic apologists who want to deter us from that, you know. And if you want to do that, you know, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just people say straight away, you know. And then we have people who do the fence riding, you know, the melting pot. They want to please everybody. They want to please the Christians, the Muslims, the Hebrews. You notice that the Muslims, they're not trying to please the Christians. The Muslims are not trying to please the Jews or Hebrews or Israelites. The Israelites are not trying to please the Christians or the Muslims. The Christians are not trying to please the Jews, Hebrew Israelites, or the Muslims. You know, the Jews, Hebrew Israelites are not trying to please the Buddhists or the Hindus. The Hindus are not trying to please the Christians, and I could go on like that. But we have some transformer brothers. We have some transformer brothers. They want to please everybody. You know, and sometimes they want to act like they want to be fair. It's not even about being fair, it's about being factual. What records have they shown you? They make live stream for hours, 5 hours, and more. They don't show you any damn original. Have you noticed that they usually don't show you any original at all? All the stuff that they are telling you about, all those writings that they are telling you about, ask them for the record. Can I see the record? Can I see a video of it? Can I see a picture of it? Do you know what's written on it? I'm telling you, man. So it's time to get serious, man. Those people, oh man, literally millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars in several cases, not just in America, in France as well. That's documented. They're acting like they're in a struggle and they're being financed in a crazy way. Even the thoughts, even the what is the other word to label them? But those girls get you know, they get flown around the world to get paid. They don't get millions like that. You know, a God King. What's your deal, man? It's like, you know, what are you trying to talk about? Asiatic Lion, which specialist do you have on deck? Are you implying that you are the specialist, brother? You remember I smashed your PhD, Dr. Wesley Muhammad. You remember I smashed him back in 2000. What year was it? Was it 2011? You remember he challenged me to a debate publicly, not on the low. God King, I'm sorry, but it looks to me like you're trolling. You know, so I don't know what you're talking about, man. Might be a Christian apologist. There it is. So there it is. You want to learn the Medu Neter? Brother, it's not free of charge. The classes are not free in charge, brothers and sisters. You know, there's a fee. There's a fee. You know. So just for the record, yes, he publicly challenged me to a debate, and I accepted, and we spoke about it. Spoke about the time where it could happen and so on, and then he backed down after I quoted some people who did not agree with his claim, and the excuse that he used was he quoted some white people against his brother. So now, when we're quoting scholars, we have to quote only black people. Apparently, I was not informed of that. He's quoting white people for his scholarship. But anyway, it's so good. It was just an excuse. He knew he was going to get smashed. So I'm a bit curious of who the specialist is. I smashed your PhD, and I don't mean to brag when I say that. Now, how come a God King is still able to post? Okay, he should not be able to post anymore now. So, brothers and sisters, anybody want to learn the Medu Nature? Is there anybody that wants to take it further? We have a few people on board already. Okay, all right. To the brothers and sisters who are learning the Medu Nature, remember what you can do to help, besides telling the people about it, is make sure that when there's videos, you put thumbs up, and anybody else can do that. But most of the new learners, they did not wait for 2 years before they got on board. So they're the kind of people who make it happen. So, and you can type HTTP, HTTPSN. You know what I'm saying? It will be a good look. Slowly but surely, some people might wonder, what is that? What does that mean? You understand what I'm saying? And we can spark some interest. So sometimes if you see me live streaming, you know, do not hesitate to come in here and type this. You can type it Hotep Sen or Hotep Senu Hena Senut. You know what I'm saying? You can use the MDC, right? And this will help. But the main thing, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment on the video, even if it's not during the live stream. Once the live stream is over, if you do that, it will be helpful, with the algorithm and so on. You know what I'm saying? Because the people who teach that we are living a jungle life, they get they get plenty of people who actually put likes and put comments and say it's beautiful, it's lovely. You're teaching that Africans are living a jungle life like the NOI does, and teaching that the Africans are not civilized like the NOI does. Apparently, it's supreme wisdom. Some people like that. To each his own. But it's something different that's older than all this literature, that or all this belief system, that actually, when it comes to black people movement, the Asiatic black man movement, that derives from Freemasonry. Asiatic Lion is writing, "You never smash Dr. Wesley Muhammad. Stop it. That's cap. You know it. We know it." Well, ask him. Ask him. Did you challenge Brother Shaka to a debate? Did you challenge him publicly? It wasn't on the low. Did you ask him yourself? Ask him to make a statement. Ask him to make a statement publicly to say, "I have never challenged Brother Shaka Ndugu Kemet to a debate." He will not do that because people read it. He published that on his own Facebook account back then. So what are you talking about? Maybe you don't know about it. Come on, man. Please. Get him to make a statement right now or anytime he wants. Get him to say, I challenge you. I dare you. I dare you now, since you want to get involved now. You want to defend. You're lying, actually, brother. And that's not good, brother Asiatic Lion. And you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to do it this way, because I'm a bit tired of this. He has his channel. He has his YouTube channel. I'm not really spending time on Facebook. So until you tell him to state what you're saying, and I'm not saying that smashing, that's a matter of opinion. That's subjective. I don't expect him to say, "Yeah, he smashed me," but at least for the debate. Okay. I'm asking you this question now, and be careful with what you're saying. Did Wesley Muhammad challenge me to a debate publicly? Yes or no? That's what I'm asking you. Just yes or no. Did Dr. Wesley Muhammad, PhD, challenge me to a debate publicly? Yes or no? I'm waiting. Don't take long, please, because I'm going to have to go back to work. And the lack of response to me is willingly. You have no receipt. Of course I have the receipt. I have the messages. I have the article. Anybody can go on my website. You have the address here, and you can go at the bottom. You just add the /English. But when you go there, you have the navigation bar on the left, and it says English. You click on it, you will have the English version of the website. And you can go at the bottom, and it says Wesley Muhammad refuted. Okay, there it is. You don't reply. Cool. I just asked you a simple question. And now you want to talk about something else. I'm done. I'm telling the truth on that. He publicly challenged me to a debate, and then he backed down. After I accepted, he backed down on the pretext that I've quoted some white people. That's a matter of public record, and people want to act like I'm lying, like I'm capping. Since when I've been capping? I'm done, brother. Only so much I can take. You know, it's nothing personal. You roll for your organization. And your organization has made a copyright claim about that 3 minutes excerpt that was playing. But so many people uploaded it, and they figured, there's no point trying to get it up, removed all the time. But back then they did. They did have the video removed, a 3-minute excerpt. Okay. Brother will probably come back with another username, but come on now, let's stop. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So, brothers and sisters, thank you for being there. Once again, Medu Nature class. We will not teach you that you are living a jungle life. We will not teach you that you are not civilized. We will not teach you that you are marked and disfigured. We will not teach you that your physical appearance is the essence of ugliness. Claudia wrote, never capping, Shaka. You come with receipts. Indeed. Peace, sister. I'm really looking forward to be with brothers and sisters who want to take it further and really learn a culture. Not people who say, oh, we're from West Africa, and they don't tell you jack about West Africa. That's just an excuse. Many people who claim to be conscious or part of the conscious community, they're just happy to not follow. For those who are not Abrahamic, they're just happy to not have any moral codes to go by. You know what I'm saying? And everything goes, That's why we have Pan-Africans that are publicly and gladly defending rapists and pedophiles. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? But there's my art, and my art is serious. My art is not fanciful. My art is written also on the walls, and many different artifacts. This is something that the inhabitants of Kemet was abiding by, that they used to abide by. They were abiding by my art. You understand what I'm saying? And that's truth. Nobody's perfect, but you can live your life without lying to the people. If you want to lie at home, but don't come publicly lying to the people. If you want to have more respect for the people who show you fake PhDs, and go ahead then. That's the so-called conscious community. People coming up showing you fake PhD, and they still get respect. You can go ahead. So stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. Hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening now and who's going to listen to this the future. I just had my first nTr class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other nTr lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is, that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the nTr, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the nTr, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the nTr classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the nTr class. Hotep.